The World Cup continues to give surprises. I mean, we know the previous matches that we watched, and more importantly, matches to do with Argentina. Guys, Argentina almost got knocked out twice. First by Cabo Verde, African team, and next by Egypt, an African team. Anyway, hello guys, and welcome again to my channel. If you're new to the channel, we do soccer highlights, soccer match reactions, news, and many more. So in today's episode, I'll be looking at the World Cup. Mostly I cover South African football and African football in general. But the World Cup has been nothing but just amazing. You know, I mean, we have Morocco as one African team that is in the quarterfinals. We're about to have Cabo Verde. Um, Recently, we're about to have Egypt, and we're also about to have Senegal. But I don't understand, like, when it comes to African teams, are we getting stage fright because now we're playing against the biggest of the biggest stars that we sometimes watch on TV and we feel like we cannot go toe to toe with them? You look at how Bafana Bafana was knocked out last 80, like between 80 and 90 minutes. I saw a stat that said African teams get knocked out between 80 and 90 minutes. That is when the game is about to end. Is it because we're lacking that I don't know what to say, that mentality to focus and say the game is almost done, we can't let anything go? That we just lose focus? Or is it some kind of controversy that maybe it's playing against African teams? I mean, some other people have been saying that. But yeah, I mean, in terms of Africa, I think the African Nations League will do us good. We will end up playing each other in high competitions year in and year out. That will maybe get us into the level of competitiveness and knowing that I need to go all the way. You know, I mean, you look at the likes of other teams. Other teams are doing so well. When Cabo Verde plays, they play with integrity. They're not scared compared to Bafana Bafana. I think Bafana Bafana in the first two games and the last one against Canada, some sort of a little bit scared. Didn't take the games to the opponent. But you look at Senegal, almost knocked out Germany. I don't know what happened. 2-0 up and then lose 3-2 at the end. Same with Argentina. Okay, one can say in Argentina there were a bit of controversies, moments that were supposed to be checked. I don't know. But I think maybe there's something that we're missing as Africa. We're missing that finishing touch to say, I'm going to close it now. It's either if we score too early, then we want to defend too early. But you can't score too early and defend the whole 90 minutes. That cannot really happen. I mean, I look at the game that happened yesterday against Egypt and Argentina. Yes, Egypt scored twice before. But one thing that, regardless of the referee, what other people are going to say, but one thing that Argentina did, they kept on creating good chances. And if continue creating good chances, not half chances, good chances, one or two of them will go in. Alvarez had a shot saved. Messi, I think, had a shot saved. Okay, missed the penalty. But he comes back with a moment of brilliance and scores a beautiful goal. And then it's a bit of a counter-attack on Argentina's side. There's a bit of a foul that happened. I don't know why they didn't check it. Ball goes all the way. Martinez crosses it, and is it Enzo scores it? And then from there it's 3-2. But what can we learn from this as Africa? I think there's something we need to learn. We don't know how to go and then finish again. We don't know. Either we close it too early or we don't know how to close it. We can't close it too early because the team are going to keep pushing and pushing and pushing. So we need to, and also maybe it's the fact that we think, okay, we are not adequate enough. Because other teams, we see their players playing in the UEFA Champions League, which is, the biggest club competition worldwide. Yes, we've got the African Champions League, but it's not as big as the UEFA Champions League. Maybe we see them there, some in the English Premier League, La Liga, Serie A, Bundesliga, and we think we are not adequate enough. So I think a takeaway point for Africa going forward is, yes, we need to learn to be ruthless. We need to be able to, you know what, I'm closing it. I'm not going to close it too early, but I'm going to close this game and I'm going to continue. We need to be like that. You need to have that fighting mentality. Listen to other teams, more South Africa, play with integrity. Play your own game. Don't come there and then already start losing the game before you even start playing the game. Now, only representative that we have in Africa is Morocco versus France. Some people say it's Africa versus Africa. I mean, France, a lot of players from Africa. So that's why they say it's Africa versus Africa. But I think Morocco can go in there and make it big. I think, if I'm not mistaken, Morocco and France faced each other last World Cup. Was it in the quarterfinals? I think it was in the quarters. I'm not sure. I can't remember from the top of my head. But so Morocco is our hope. Let's hope Morocco can still go far. And guys, from having 10 teams in the World Cup, we did so good. We had 9 teams going to the round of 32. But from the round of 32 to the round of 16, we only have 1 team. South Africa included. This is a big accomplishment. Cape Verde, big accomplishment. Never really went out of the group stages. Right? I'm not sure about the other teams, but it's a big accomplishment. But we can't stand there. We can't stand there. We need to pray and hope and play and have intention that the next FIFA World Cup, we are trying to go into round of 16, last 8, last 4, maybe even the final 2. But as a whole, Africa did well, but I think we could have done better. I mean, to go from, I don't know whether it's referees have to be checked or what, but to go from 2-0 up, I'm talking about Senegal and Egypt, to lose 3-2. Yeah, that's something else. Anyway, guys, what do you take out of this World Cup from the African team's point of view? I think we did good as Africa, but we can always improve. From South Africa, my beloved country, because I'm from South Africa, I think they needed to be more, especially in the first game mostly, and the one against Canada. They needed to be more serious, more play with integrity. Take the game to your opponent. Don't play from back foot saying, okay, I want to close them, frustrate them so that they don't score. I mean, I was even thinking, South Africa was so scared of, not in the bad way, of David Alaba. But Alaba is a defender, But it just shows maybe we're looking at the players. It's a very good player. Make no mistake of it. But we should be able to say, you know what, they must be scared of us. It's a defender. We need to go and attack them. But anyway, guys, that's Africa. We've got Morocco left in the World Cup. Can Morocco go all the way? Tell me. I'm rooting for Morocco. First, when it comes to World Cup, I first support my country if it's there. Then I support other countries in Africa. Then if there's no other countries, then I can support my other European teams or South African teams. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. See you on the next one, and God bless.